Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. Today is Thursday, December 23rd. Thank you for being here for the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. This is where we run down the highlights of the stories that are the most read stories on the WKYC website and app for you right now. We'll start with a national story that we have been following. Again, another one of these national trials getting a lot of attention. It's the trial of Kim Potter, the officer in Hennepin County at the Brooklyn Center, and she has been found guilty of both first and second degree manslaughter in the shooting death of Daunte Wright. That was during a traffic stop in April of this year. It was a 12-person jury that came to that conclusion after deliberating for 4 days. The last witness in the case was Potter herself, who took the bench on her own behalf and said through tears that she didn't plan to use deadly force. If you remember, we saw video of this incident. It was very difficult to watch, where in the moment where officers are trying to take Wright into custody, Potter yells taser and then draws a weapon and shoots Wright. And then she said on the stand that she didn't want to hurt anyone. She never meant to use deadly force, but that's exactly what she did. The judge in the case ordered her into custody immediately, and she's being held without bail. That's ahead of sentencing, which will come at a later date. Now to the big story here in Northeast Ohio. Today, COVID-19 cases skyrocketed. We saw a record that blew every other previous record out of the water today. 15,989 new reported cases of COVID-19. This is the third day in a row that we've had record new reported cases of COVID-19 in a 24-hour period. Previously, it was 12,502, then 12,864, and today totally blowing it out of the water, almost 16,000 with 15,989. This is as the Omicron variant is surging across the U.S. Right now, here in Ohio, there are 4,747 people in the hospital being treated for COVID-19. What we are hearing from our medical professionals is that the majority of those people are not vaccinated against COVID-19. And out of those people in the hospital, 1,208 of them are being treated in an intensive care unit. Now, as hospitals are dealing with this increased caseload of these COVID-19 cases, the Cleveland Clinic is extending its postponement of non-urgent surgeries. That'll be extended through January 14th. Previously, that had been put on pause through December 31st, but they're extending it for another 2 weeks. In a statement, the Cleveland Clinic said this is in order to make additional beds available as people are hospitalized for COVID-19. Here's a quote from them. "We continue to urge our communities to take precautions and receive their COVID-19 vaccine, as the majority of our patients hospitalized with COVID-19 are unvaccinated." That's a message we continue to hear from the medical professionals here in Ohio, who keep telling us the best form of protection against COVID-19 is to get vaccinated and to get that booster shot if you are within the window of the time frame to get that booster shot. Now, as people are looking to get together for the holidays, COVID-19 rapid tests are hard to come by. If you've been looking for a free test from some of those state-sponsored places, like for example the free rapid test that the state is promoting on its website, those are completely wiped out at libraries and community sites. This includes, if you've been looking at these places, Cuyahoga County Library locations, Signature Health locations in Cuyahoga and Lake counties, and all of the state's listed Summit County libraries and other locations, and those Stark libraries. So the free state-sponsored tests really seem to not be available right now. Dr. Daniel Rhodes, who's the head of microbiology at Cleveland Clinic, said, it's very hard. If you have symptoms and you can't find testing, then the best thing to do is to assume that you do have COVID-19 until proven otherwise. Here's what the doctor had to say. He says, if you're saying, it's just a cold, don't believe that person, and you don't want that cold either. That's what another doctor is saying. So keep it to yourself. The doctors are saying wear a mask, and they're really saying stay at home. Now, if you are really looking to find a rapid COVID-19 test right now at home and you don't have one in hand, the best advice is to look online at those drugstores in the area, to search by zip code, call those stores directly, and maybe even check in store anyway, but know that you might show up and the tests just might not be there because the online inventory not always accurate. Some of the places that you can check online are CVS. You can use their check nearby stores option and put in your zip code. At Walmart, you can use the check availability nearby option, and at Meijer, you can use the check nearby stores option. So Keep that in mind. And we are seeing people pivot in all aspects of our lives now when it comes to this latest COVID-19 surge. We're seeing a lot of restaurants who have been so hard hit throughout this entire pandemic now pivoting. Some of them are requiring proof of vaccination. Some of them are moving to take out only. Some of them are completely closed for the time being. So we do have a list of those most up-to-date places here in Northeast Ohio. That's on WKYC.com. So make sure you check that out. If you are planning on going somewhere, you might want to check that list first, or at least call ahead to that restaurant or establishment and see what they're doing in terms of their COVID-19 protocol right now, because things are definitely changing very quickly. Now let's switch gears to something that happened in Lakewood today, a major surprise. The underground parking garage collapsed at the Marine Towers West Apartments this morning. Mayor of Lakewood, Megan George, said that it came down around 10 a.m. today, just before 10 a.m. Not sure yet what caused the parking structure to collapse, but the officials are saying that they don't believe anyone was inside, thankfully, although there were cars under there, and those cars certainly damaged, but better property than people, definitely. It's a developing story. As soon as we have more information about that, we will be sure to share that with you. Now we'll switch gears to a big surprise in New York City. A physics professor at the City College of New York in Harlem, right around the corner from where I used to live actually when I lived in New York City, they found a box that was postmarked in 2020 in the mailroom, and in that box was $180,000 cash money, bundles of $50 bills, bundles of $100 bills. It was addressed to the chair of the physics department, Vinod Menon. He said he opened the box after returning to campus this semester. So either way you look at it, either a very late Christmas gift or a very early Christmas gift. And there was a letter in there that said that this money is supposed to help physics and math students who are in need at City College. That the anonymous donor, by the way, completely not named in this, was a former City College student who got their bachelor's and master's degree in physics at the City College and went on to a very successful scientific career. Now, Chief Pat Moreno, who leads the Department of Public Safety at City College, said the return address used a fake name traced back to Florida, but it didn't lead to the person's identity. Federal agents also looked into this. They said the money had been withdrawn from banks in Maryland, but it was not connected to any crime. So on December 13th, the Board of Trustees cleared the school to formally accept that gift, and now they say the donation will be put towards funding 2 annual full tuition scholarships for more than a decade. So for more than 10 years, 2 people will get full scholarships to that City College thanks to this anonymous donor, and a very generous $180,000 gift. The school said that they can't remember ever receiving a cash anonymous donation of such a great amount of money. That's a pretty cool holiday story to share. And as we wind down 2021, we are looking at the top stories from 2021 on WKYC.com, and we have our top 10 sports stories from our 3 News sports analyst, Ben Axelrod. Several of them happened in the last week. Number 10, the Browns COVID-19 outbreak. That's something we hope that we can put in our distant memory as soon as possible, right? With that heartbreaking 16-14 loss to the Raiders just a couple of days ago. Also, number 9, Ohio legalizing sports gambling. That just happened on December 22nd. Governor DeWine yesterday signed that bill into law, so people will be able to legally place bets on pro and college games by January 1st of 2023. Probably will happen sooner, could potentially happen a lot sooner, but that's the latest that'll happen. Hey, and remember Cleveland hosted the 2021 NFL Draft? That happened this year. Also, the Cavaliers got off to a surprisingly hot start, emerging as a great team in the NBA, with a lot to be said for USC product Evan Mobley joining the team. The Cleveland baseball team, which is now known as the Cleveland Guardians, traded away Francisco Lindor to the New York Mets. That was a big story. And then changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians, and then got sued, and then settled, and were then able to keep the name Cleveland Guardians. Whole big thing going on there. And can we talk about Bishop Sycamore for a moment? The team that is apparently not even a team, but did play on ESPN, and people talking about how they were supposedly had all these Division I prospects, but not even a school here in Ohio. And maybe my favorite, the Browns beating the Steelers twice to end the postseason drought last season. So many great sports stories. Find that on WKYC.com. Get that breakdown from our Ben Axelrod. And this is something that's been going around the internet. There is a preserved dinosaur embryo that was found inside a fossilized egg. This is wild. This kind of thing never happens. It came from southern China, and it was obtained in 2000 by researchers. It was put in storage for about a decade. They brought it out. They realized, looking at the cross-section of one of the eggs, that there were some bones on that broken cross-section. Inside, they found an embryo, a dinosaur embryo, which they have nicknamed Baby Yingling, and it's reportedly 7 inches long. The dinosaur inside is said to be 11 inches long from head to tail, and the researchers say if that dinosaur had grown, it would have been 6 to 9 feet long. Now, the researchers say that baby dinosaur bones are fragile, very rarely preserved as fossils, so this is an amazing find. One of the researchers said they've been working on dinosaur eggs for 25 years, yet to see anything like it. Pretty incredible. And something that we've also seen for the first time, we'll end on this note today. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have shared their first photo of baby Lilibet with Archie in their Christmas card. It's their annual Christmas card that came out today. 2-year-old son Archie and the first photo of 6-month-old daughter Lilibet. The photo was actually taken in the summer at their home in California. And in the photo, Archie is smiling, sitting on his dad's lap. Meghan is sitting next to them, holding Lilibet. Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor was born in June, and they have yet to share a photo of her until now. Now, the name pays tribute to Harry's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and her family name is Lilibet, by the way, and his late mother, Princess Diana. They said in the card, "This year, 2021, we welcome our daughter Lilibet to the world. Archie made us a mama and a papa, and Lily made us a family." That's their holiday card message. Beautiful message from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And with that, that ends today's 3 News Now update for Thursday, December 23rd. I am out tomorrow, so I will see you next on Monday. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and I will see you back next week. Everyone, stay safe, be well, take care of yourselves and each other, and try and stay healthy as we finish out 2021 strong. And I'll see you back next week. I'm Stephanie Haney.